Your phone rings late in the evening. You answer, and the person on the other side speaks in a strict, authoritative tone, claiming to be an officer with the local police or the Central Bureau of Investigation. Before you can even process the call, they start listing escalating accusations. They tell you your Aadhaar card has been directly linked to illegal activities, a parcel in your name contains contraband, and a warrant is about to be issued for your immediate detention. Thousands of people are losing their life savings to this exact scenario. In one recent case, an elderly retired man lost over 2 crore rupees. In another, a software engineer stayed trapped on a video call for nearly 10 hours, convinced that hanging up would lead to immediate imprisonment. These scammers bypass a victim's professional background by flooding the brain with a manufactured crisis. They use intense panic to disable the logical filters of the mind, making even the most educated person susceptible to manipulation. But there is one fact that shatters the entire premise of these calls. The concept of a digital arrest does not exist in Indian law. Genuine law enforcement agencies follow rigorous, physical legal procedures. Real police officers do not conduct criminal investigations over WhatsApp video calls, nor do they demand instant money transfers to verify your innocence. If the entire legal framework is a fabrication, what is the exact mechanism these criminals use to perfectly manipulate smart, skeptical people into emptying their bank accounts? The trap is set long before your phone ever rings. Scammers pull from a vast online ecosystem of data leaks, compromised apps, and hacked databases where thousands of personal profiles sit exposed. By the time the criminals dial your number, they are fully armed. They weaponize your specific stolen data, your full name, your workplace, and details about your family to establish instant, terrifying credibility the second you answer. To make the threat feel physical, they layer on visual illusions. They initiate video calls wearing fake police uniforms while sitting in front of fabricated police station backgrounds, even sending forged government notices with official seals directly to your phone. They heighten the stakes by impersonating the highest levels of national authority, like the CBI or the Reserve Bank. They project the massive institutional weight of the state directly onto your smartphone screen. This combination is deeply disorienting. By wrapping highly personalized data inside simulated state authority, the scammers successfully isolate victims from their own common sense. Once the victim is reeling, the scammers mandate extreme secrecy. They insist the investigation is highly classified, warning that if the victim informs a spouse or a friend, immediate legal action will follow. This mental isolation is quickly enforced physically. The criminals order the victim to stay on a live video call for hours, effectively placing them under continuous, oppressive surveillance inside their own home. Biologically, this induces cognitive overload. When the brain is subjected to prolonged, intense fear without a moment to rest, the critical thinking capabilities physically shut down. The victim enters a state of pure obedience. This is when the final demand arrives. The scammers claim your funds must be moved to a safe government account for verification, promising the money will be returned once the investigation is complete. But the moment the transfer clears, the video feed cuts out. The scammers vanish entirely, leaving the victim staring at an empty screen and an empty bank account. Beyond the financial loss, victims frequently carry a heavy emotional burden of stress and shame. This silence prevents many from ever reporting the crime or seeking the support they need to recover. You can protect yourself with one physical action. The exact second a stranger threatens you with arrest over the phone, disconnect the call immediately. Next, maintain a strict information firewall. Never hand over sensitive data, like OTPs, Aadhaar numbers, or banking passwords, to an unknown caller, regardless of how authentic their uniform or their forged documents appear. If you are targeted, do not stay passive. Independently search for official numbers and contact authorities through the National Cybercrime Reporting Portal so they can attempt to trace the fraudulent transactions. You also need to proactively protect those around you. Scammers frequently target senior citizens, relying on their respect for authority. Sit down with your elderly parents and relatives and walk them through these warning signs. Success in a digital arrest scam depends on psychological warfare, weaponizing fear to exploit human vulnerability. Awareness remains the most effective tool to neutralize that threat and protect your family from these criminals.